Hey guys, Matt from Neu Appliance Wholesale here. I want to talk to you today about the cost of acquisition, which is another thing I talk to customers about a lot. The pricing model that's dominant in the liquidation industry is percentage of MSRP. And I want to spend a few minutes talking about what does that mean to you as a buyer. So MSRP, or manufacturer suggested retail price, is a static, mostly static number that manufacturers publish on a regular basis for their products. MSRP is intended to create a relative value in a consumer's mind. Basically, no one sells at MSRP. You will never walk into a store and see a fridge being sold at MSRP. It will be somewhere close to MSRP if it's not a sale period, but it will still be lower than MSRP. The point of MSRP is not to communicate to the customer what the price of the merchandise is. It's to create a value disparity between a stove that has an MSRP of $1,200 and a stove that has an MSRP of $600. It should be twice as good, and there should be twice as many features. And that's really the story that you're telling. So when you're shopping for a load of appliances and you see a liquidation rate of 32% of MSRP, you know, that can be a really good deal, but you have to understand what goes into that. So when liquidators liquidate, and I'm speaking more necessarily about the competition than ourselves, but you will see often high MSRP products jammed into listings to artificially inflate the value of said listings without necessarily correlating your ability to retail those products. And a common example is, you got a $100,000 MSRP load and it's liquidating for 28% of MSRP. It sounds like a great deal, but when you look at the models that are listed, there's five $5,000 wall ovens in that listing. So you have 30,000 of that 100,000 MSRP trailer stuck in products that don't move very quickly. And so when you're shopping for a listing and you're trying to be a smart buyer, understand that there's psychology at play when you're comparing vendors, and you're not always comparing apples to apples and oranges to oranges. Sometimes you're comparing kumquats to pears. And you have to understand what it is that they're really trying to sell. They're trying to liquidate out of things. They're trying to get rid of things. So they're going to put things that are slow movers into listings that are otherwise very attractive. And so you as a business owner have to make a decision, well, what can I accept as a trade-off to get the things that I want? And so when you're looking at a listing, you're shopping a listing, don't pay so much attention to the percentage of MSRP and the total MSRP of the listing, because that really tells you an incomplete story. What you want to focus on is what are the products that I'm acquiring and how fast can I sell those products and at what margins can I turn those products around. When you're shopping with us, you know your freight prices up front, you see the upfront price of the listing. It's very easily for you to calculate what your cost per unit is. You can look up the retail value of those products and calculate your margins, and you can really build a projection before you actually buy to see, well, how profitable is that listing? And that's really what separates us from the rest of the market, because we give you the tools and the information you need to be able to forecast your performance up front before you make a buying decision, not after you're stuck with five $5,000 wall ovens in your showroom that you aren't going to sell for a year. That's really the advantage of shopping with us versus shopping any other way for liquidation appliances. I hope you enjoyed this video, and stay tuned in our series for a conversation about the psychology of relative value.